I'm going to give you guys a virtual delivery of the 2023 BMW 230i. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Denver. I'm a client advisor here at Parkview BMW in Toronto, Canada. If you're watching this video because I sent it to you and you're my customer and your delivery is coming up on 230i, thank you so much for your purchase and I'll see you on delivery day. For everybody else, I hope you find this virtual delivery guide very useful. So we have a 2023 230i in Brooklyn Gray and Portimao Blue. We're going to do the virtual delivery on this Brooklyn Gray one. First thing I want to talk about is the key fob. This is what the 230 key fob looks like. If you do not have the M Sport package on the vehicle, you just won't have these three lines on the key fob, but everything else is going to stay the exact same. All the fundamentals are the same, whether you have an M Sport package or you don't. First thing on this key fob, the top button is the unlock button. So it's going to unlock the doors for you. The second one, the BMW, and the smaller logo right here, that is the lock button. So when you click that, the doors will lock. The next one is going to be the trunk release. If you press and hold, this one will do the trunk release. The 230i does not have a powered trunk, so you could hear that the lock was released, but it won't open unless you pull it up. And the next one is the alarm button. Press and hold the alarm for about 2-3 seconds, and the alarm goes off. Now, the last thing that this key fob does is the remote engine start. If you triple click the lock button, 1, 2, 3, the remote engine start will activate inside the vehicle. To deactivate, you click 3 more times. Now, just a quick note, it is not just remote engine start, it is actually a preconditioning system. So it's going to sense the temperature outside and precondition the car accordingly. If you're in a hot summer, it's going to activate the air conditioning, it's going to suck out the hot air and pump in the cool air to you, so it's not a sauna when you get inside your car. If you're in the winter, it's going to start pumping out the heat, it's going to put it up to the front windshield, it's going to defrost the mirrors and activate the heated seats. As well, you can set climate control rules, so as soon as it starts, your heated seats and your heated steering wheel come on below a certain degree. It's also going to do the rear defrost as well. Now I'm going to do an exterior walk around the vehicle, just point out a few things to you before I hop into the interior. At the front of the vehicle, the first thing, really the only thing you need to know is these kidney grills are active air vents. So sometimes you might see them open, sometimes you might see them close. It happens automatically as the vehicle needs to pull in air. So there's no need to be alarmed if sometimes you see them open and sometimes you see them closed. Basically, if the car needs more air, it'll open them up, suck in the air that it needs for the cooling system of the vehicle, but it does that automatically, nothing that you need to worry about. All the headlights with the vehicle are going to be standard LED headlights with the automatic high beam function. All the tires, no matter which option, are going to have the tire pressure monitoring system in them, so you can always know what your tire pressure is while you're on the road. Your mirror caps can fold in automatically as soon as you lock the car. That's a setting you can engage on the inside that I'll show you guys how to do. On the outside, you're going to have comfort door access system. So as long as you have a premium essential or above, you're going to have this feature. If you see these 3 little ribs on your vehicle, then you know you have it. Basically, when you come to your vehicle and you put your hand underneath it, the vehicle automatically unlocks. When you're exiting the vehicle and you want to lock it, you press your hand here and the vehicle locks itself. Now, there is a Comfort Door Access 2.0, which basically works on proximity. You can engage that in the system, and as soon as you walk away from the car, it locks it, and as soon as you walk towards it, it unlocks it. At the back of the vehicle, you have your gas flap. As long as your vehicle is locked, you won't be able to access this. Once you unlock the car, removes the pin, and you can now get to your gas. BMW does recommend 91 octane fuel with a minimum 89. If you're ever not sure about which vehicle you're driving, just check the badge that's right beside your fuel cap. When you open your fuel cap, there is a little holder right there to hold it in place as you fill up your fuel. When closing, you're just going to push it in, press in, and then it's going to stay there. Come around to the back of the vehicle, you have your trunk and your rear view camera. So if you ever want to clean your rear view camera, I usually just give it a little wipe here. To open your trunk, there is a release right below the BMW logo, and then you pull up to open your trunk. Now in your trunk, the only activation points here are going to be for your rear seats. So you have one right here. That's going to be the 40 side, and then this one right here is going to be the 60 side. Now the last thing to touch on before we get into the driver's cockpit is your mirrors. These are automatically heated mirrors that activate under 7 degrees Celsius. This is your blind spot monitoring signal. So if this is illuminated orange, somebody is in your blind spot, and that little rim around the edge is going to be for the auto dimming mirror section. Entering into your vehicle on your driver's door, you're going to have your central door locking system right in front of your door handle. Beside that is going to be your memory save seat buttons. So when you are adjusting the seat position in your BMW, these are going to be your controls. This one is going to be for the backrest. This one is forwards or backwards, forwards. This one at the very front of it, you adjust here, it's going to do that front height. And if you do the back for down or up. Basically, if you do the brick down or up, but if you twist it, that's going to do that adjustment. This one is going to be your lumbar support. So either out, in, up, and down. Last one is a manual adjustment right here for the extra leg support. Now, once you've adjusted the seat into your favorite position, you come back over on the door, you go set, and you go to that number. You also have adjustable headrest right here to go forward, backwards. This one will raise the height of the headrest. And when you want to get into the back seat, there is a lever right here. And as soon as you engage that, the seat will automatically roll forward. Now the car does have driver profiles for each person who's going to be driving the car. So the two save seat buttons are only for one driver profile. So as that driver has two different save seats, you don't have to do it like driver one, driver two, because that's already going to be in the driver system itself. Below that, you're going to have your window switches and your mirror controls. When this is pushed over to the left, you'll be adjusting your driver's mirror. When it's pushed over to the right, you will be adjusting your passenger mirror. Now, the system does have a setting, so when you go into reverse, the passenger mirror will automatically tilt down so you can see the curb. That will only activate if this button is pushed to the left. If you have this pushed to the right, it will deactivate that feature and the mirror will not move. You do have the manual control here for folding in your mirrors, but if you engage it when you automatically lock the vehicle, you'll never need to use that. And then there's one more button for a trunk release button right here. Moving in towards the vehicle, you have your light system. I recommend just leaving them on auto, but if you need your parking lights or your fog lights, that's the switch right there. This switch right here will do dimming of the interior lighting. I personally like to dim this down because I find the large display screen brings a lot of light into you while you're driving at night. Now, sitting inside the vehicle, you have your steering wheel. This is going to be your cruise control. To activate your cruise control, you press this button, and then this will adjust the speed. You can resume, cancel, or even limit your speed and set it. Push the airbag for your horn. Push this button for your heated steering wheel. This is going to be your media controls. So volume up, volume down, back a song, next song. This you can scroll through your song playlist. If you had any media connection, it will pop up here. If you have head-up display, in the settings, you can have it pop up on the windshield and then make a phone call or talk to the BMW assistant inside the vehicle. See it's listening. The last one right here is going to be configuring the content that you see in your iDrive system. So you can configure different content that you see. Most people will probably leave it on the map view. While you're in comfort, you can also select the layout as well. So 3 different layouts when you're in comfort. Once you go into your sport, comfort, eco mode, that will adjust. Sport mode only has this view and eco mode only has this view. You can still adjust the content, you just can't adjust the layout anymore inside those modes. Now on your turn signal stick, down for turn signal, you do a half a click and it will do 3 blinks. BC button will cycle through temporary information and then they'll go back to normal. And the bottom one will be for your auto lights. Give that a click and your auto light signal will come up right there. Now you do have paddle shifters on the vehicle if you have an M Sport package, downshifting, upshifting. If you press and hold the left paddle shifter to downshift, it will go to the lowest gear possible and go into sprint mode. If you press and hold the upshift gear, it will then go back to normal and exit out of the sport transmission mode. Behind your right paddle shifter is your wipers, one up for auto, pull towards you for the spray. Before we get into the iDrive 8, let's just walk over all the physical buttons. So down below you have your volume and your power, next song or back a song, your hazards, max defrost at the front, rear defrost at the back. If you need to turn, open or close these vents, if you see the lines are open, you scroll this down, no lines, that means the vent is closed, and then just move that around to where you want the air to flow from. Coming down, you do have a wireless charging pad right here. You can rest your phone, USB port, 12-volt converter. This flap does come down such like that, and just press here to open it back up. This button is going to be your traction control. Click it once, and you'll go into your stability control menu where you can either turn it on or turn it off. This one is your park distance control. So you click this, and it will give you your sensors around the vehicle. You can also include the rear view camera, or if you want to turn those off, You click it here. They automatically engage when you go into reverse. The next one is your engine auto on and auto off at the red light or a stop sign. The next one is your engine start stop button to turn the vehicle on. Make sure your foot is on the brake, and to turn the vehicle off, just press it again. Sport mode makes more engine power. You can go to Sport Plus, or you can also go to Sport Individual, and you can configure Individual. So maybe you want the steering in Comfort, but you want the engine in Sport or Sport Plus, and maybe the transmission in Comfort. So Sport Individual, you can configure them to exactly how you want it, and there you go. Now, whichever one you're in, if you go into Comfort and then you come back to Sport, it will stay in that. If you click the Sport button again, it will cycle through the options, or you can use the touch screen. After Comfort, you have Eco Pro. Every time you start up the car, it's going to be in Comfort. Eco Pro is basically going to be a fuel efficient option. It's going to reduce electricity, say, to the heated mirrors and the heated seats, and you can adjust coasting and other such features of Eco Pro. Coming down, you have the Auto H hold button and the electronic parking brake. With Auto H engaged, you can go into drive, take your foot off the brake, and it will automatically hold you there. You'll see that the light is right there. As soon as you tap the gas pedal, it releases and the light goes away. Press and hold to park, and it comes back. You want to hit park. That's how you go into park. Forward is reverse. One click down is neutral. Two clicks down is drive. And the next click down is sport mode. And you'll see the engine goes into sport mode. To park. And then when you shut off your vehicle with Auto H, it automatically engages the parking brake. This is your iDrive controller. Short keys, media, home, map, nav, telephone. That is down, that is up. You can also go over menus, and down is enter. There's also back. So when you're working with iDrive 8, you have your main menu where you can go through all the widgets of the vehicle. Maybe you only want the vehicle apps. So I'm going to make another video going more in depth on iDrive 8, but for now I'll just give you ones the basic that you need to know. Let's say doors and windows, comfort door access. This is how you engage so that it automatically locks and unlocks. You can also activate a digital key in your cell phone. The vehicle keys can be linked to the driver profiles. You can choose what happens when you unlock the vehicle, unlock the doors in park, after a short trip, full mirrors in, unlock and unlock. Engage that. Driving settings. This is how you can configure your safety systems. So pre-collision, lane departure warning, steering intervention, blind spot monitoring, fatigue alert is all in here. You can also activate iconic sounds, which is filters in a more sporty exhaust note in the sport system. Interior lighting is where you adjust all of your ambient lighting. You can select the color for it and the brightness, maybe dynamic light. Dynamic light, when the vehicle is running and you open your door, it's going to be flashing red here. And this vehicle is equipped with the M illuminated highlights, so you can see how much they illuminate. You can also see live vehicle information that is adaptive. So this is eco mode. This is what it looks like in sport for the adaptive mode. There is the BMW personal assistant. Mobile devices is how you add in additional devices. And the first thing you really want to do when you log in is add your BMW ID for your app services. This will be activated by your client advisor before you get to the dealership so that you have the My BMW app. You can log in via the BMW app with this QR code. Now, if there is anything that you want to learn about the vehicle, you can always just go into the owner's manual and do a keyword search. That's pretty much all I'm going to get into for this quick delivery video. I don't want to get too swamped since iDrive 8 needs a whole nother video devoted to just the iDrive 8 system. A few things to touch on before we exit the vehicle. If you have the universal garage door opener, you'll have those buttons right here. The sunroof controls are all right here. Push back basically to open. Extra light controls up here. The center console is going to give you one USB-C port here. And at the back, you're also going to have your own climate control system. The back seat is a 4-passenger vehicle, adjustable headrest, and an adjustable center console right there, and adjustable lights at the back. Before I end the video, one last thing I want to show you guys is the engine bay. To open that up, you're going to pull this handle twice, and the hood is going to open up. This is the engine bay of the 2023 230i. If you need to boost anybody, This is going to be the positive terminal that you connect to since the battery is in the trunk, and this is the negative terminal. But the main thing that you should really be only concerning yourself with is where to fill up your washer fluid. It's going to come full from your delivery day, but if you need to fill that up through the winter time, just go right there to that blue cap. Everything else, service included for the first 3 years, 60,000 kilometers. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this virtual delivery guide. If you guys found it useful, please make sure you smash the like button. Consider subscribing for future BMW content. Don't forget, if you guys are in the Toronto marketplace and you need help with anything BMW related, my email is down below. Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one.